Hello everyone, and welcome to the third session of module 1, which is how you use eBay to research or brainstorm some ideas for your first private label product. I hope that you have already gone through and spent some time on the previous session of this module, and it's helping you to note down some ideas, some niches that you might be interested in, some products that you could possibly think of, and you're already making use of the different task sheet that I gave it to you in the last session. So I'm sure and I hope that you're making some good use out of it. Now, when you research and brainstorm some ideas from eBay, you could, if you have already thought of some ideas, some niches, some products, then you could definitely target only those products and search what kind of product comes around that particular niche or product, or when you search for that product, what comes up, what type of items come up in the search result. But if not, then eBay, just like Amazon, is like it's like a big resource hub for you. So I'm sure, this is one of the most common one, but obviously because I'm building a course, I have to give you all the options in front of you. So if you have possibly missed out something, then this kind of helps you in brainstorming your ideas further. Now again, there are a lot of factors that we can look into. Some of them obviously, just like the Amazon's the actual catalog, you can see here. This is something what obviously they have been featuring some of the deals on. This kind of like changes every day, but look at here, like the major categories that they advertise to you, and obviously they wouldn't put up these links if products were not selling under this kind of categories. So have a look here. Now once you start looking at this, you keep those the sheets, the task sheets that you had from the previous session, and you try and match. If you had already found some products and niches, you try and compare them and first kind of look ahead, look for those kind of products. If not, then still have a good browse on all the categories that you can think of, especially when you go through that. For an example, I might not be someone who kind of like, say for an example, use yoga mat, because I have never done yoga for, just for an instant. But say for an example, if I was going through here and then I clicked something which prompted me to that yoga or fitness category, then suddenly it just opens up a completely new kind of idea or niche for me. So go through these sessions. Now as you can see, obviously this is electronics, you got leisure, you got collectibles. Obviously these kind of products, some of them are really hard. You can't really kind of private label. These are more of like a one-off products, as you can say. Collectibles, yes you can, but as you can see, like, so if you were interested something like jewelry, then you have these like categories. Now again, these are just top categories. What eBay is actually telling you that these are the ones which are more popular ones. So it's kind of giving you data based on the sales that happens on the actual platform. Look at motors. So you got car parts, you got car tuning and styling, you got cartwheels, motor parts, accessories, vehicle accessories, motorcycles and scooters, and obviously these are all cars and stuff, which obviously we don't want a private label, or we can't. But look at here, home and garden. So you got celebrations and occasions. So there would be thousands and thousands of products under that. DIY material, home decor. But the easiest way obviously to look around is if you click on shop by category, it gives you one of the most popular ones, or kind of the most I would say more populated categories according to them. But then there are ways you could actually look at the other ones as well. Do you see, we always talk about the sportings and outdoors. Obviously they have named it a little bit different than or Amazon does it. But look at it here, fitness, running and yoga. So I could directly go into this if I have already been brainstorming some of the ideas in that category. But for an experiment basis, let's just go and click on see all categories. Look at these guys. Now this is a complete expanded, or like if you've been in UK and you have seen the Argos catalog, this is like that. It's like A to Z of everything what sells on the entire marketplace. Now to take you through how to research eBay, to get some more idea, how to brainstorm some more ideas by browsing through eBay, I haven't actually selected any one particular product that I want to show you. I'm just going to select something which I find from one of these categories, and we'll just see how the experience is and how you could actually brainstorm from one to another idea. And you will see, because once you select one particular product, if you have any kind of small interest in that category, you'll see what more options open up for you. So let's kind of, let me just actually quickly go through some of them and see what I can find there. This is something, category where I used to work a little bit when I was in PC world, because we used to obviously sell cameras as well. Obviously camera is more like the actual BSR category, like the top category, which we don't want, but there could be something which goes as an add-on product to that. So let's see. I mean, I don't want to actually go into lens as well, because that's something what a brand manufacturer does, but we could go into something like tripods and support. So have a look at it, because I'm probably going to be looking around one of these even as well, because I have to do some videos for the actual group as well. So let's have a quick look. So again, so as you can see, cameras and photography would be your top category, and we are actually into the sub category, which is the tripods and supports. And straight away you can see so many listings have popped up, and look at the kind of different variation in the price as well. I mean, some of them are cheap, like dirt cheap, so, like $6.99, $3.99, but you can see that some of these, even though it doesn't look like it's actually kind of a very big brand, but it looks like someone is private labeling and building a brand around that. Let's go ahead and look actually the first one, because it came up in the top result as well. So we're gonna definitely look at this one for sure. Again, I'm not really very much familiar with eBay now, because I don't really sell on eBay. I used to only clear some of the goods before, which from the retail arbitrage, if I had like customer returns and things like that before, but I don't even do that now, because I've got different ways to dispose them off and sell them off. But let's look at this. So as I said earlier, it doesn't look like this is one of the popular brands, so it's not something like what a Nikon or Canon or someone would make to assist their own products. So this is definitely a private label product. You can see they haven't even actually put up a brand name here. They just probably have some kind of like a SKU code for their own product, so they know that what product has sold, which is, if you can see here as well, it does look like their brand name something with WF, which again is not reflected here. So maybe they might be just selling someone else's, or maybe they're just doing white labeling, which is they're just buying something from Alibaba and AliExpress kind of stuff, and then they're not even branding it themselves. They're probably just selling it in the manufacturer's own brand name. But let's have a look at it. Can you see? I mean, eBay obviously shows different type of data compared to what Amazon shows you. Here you can actually see how many items of that particular product has sold as well. So you can actually get a data, or you're you don't need to track anything. You can actually validate everything here, right here. Look at it. I mean, you can probably go up to the last 100 which have been selling, and you can track how many they have been selling per day roughly. Again, that's going to change every time depending on what price they're selling, and a lot of such factors, but it just gives you a little bit of idea. So look at it. On the 26th probably they sold 4, on the 27th they sold about 8, and on the 28th again they sold about 5, 6. 29th looks like a better day. They must have sold at least about 10-12 here. On the 30th they didn't sell that much. 1st and 2nd they haven't sold much. 3rd they haven't sold much. So you can see this again up till 5th it has been a bit slow, and then again on the 6th they have sold quite low. 7th they have sold decent enough. And we're talking about the items that you want to sell about 15. The first variation you want to sell about 15 a day. And if I be very honest, I mean, this product looks really good to me, because the price they're selling at is not something what the other competitors were selling. So let's have a look. I mean, most of the other items that's coming up in search is $589, $549. These are exactly the same brand, so I'm not looking at that. Look at this, $599, $799. So that means that this particular brand, even though they're selling only about say like 10 a day of this particular variation, they must still be making good money. And you can see their product looks a little bit premium as well, which I always talk about. When you're building a brand on Amazon, look out for quality products rather than just generic products like these. Obviously they will cost you more, but it will help you achieve a better price range, or selling price as well. And the other thing you can look out as well, that when you, so again, as I said, this is one particular product, but to get more idea, if this was one of your product, how would you actually build your brand around these kind of products? And you can get some easy answers. Not always, it won't be possible always, because this particular seller could be selling a lot of different ranges of products. But say if they sell something, or they're building their brand, which doesn't look like, as I said, because they haven't really branded itself, unless WF brand is their own brand name. But let's have a look if what else they sell in the same category. So this was possibly the first product that we actually saw which came up in the search. Now I do see they actually sell different kind of products. I don't even know what that kind of product is, but we can see they actually not only sell tripods, but they actually sell skateboards and some other kind of products. But I'm sure they actually sell some other products that kind of would give you an idea what could sell as other products in this particular niche or category. You can see here, this is a tripod for something like a DSLR cameras, whereas this is for the GoPro cameras. If we come down here, this is again for a GoPro Hero version of the camcorder, or the camera, you can say the action cameras. So straight away we got some couple of ideas here, that if my first product was that, my other variations could be something similar into the same niche. Let's go back into the first page as well. Now this is something what this particular seller is selling, but let's see what eBay shows us, just like Amazon. So the people who viewed this item, they also viewed these items. Now again, this just came up with searches which is exactly the same ideas, but sometimes these would come up as like other add-on products which people were buying along with cameras. Or even you could go with something like this and see what that particular seller is selling and how many they have been selling. So here, if you look at it, they have only sold 97, but see the other data that eBay has been providing you. 60 people has viewed this item per day, so it kind of gives you how popular this particular item as well. But if you compare the old one, it gives you even better data that more people having 104 people have actually kind of bought this item. And then you can have a little bit conversion ratios as well. So if 100 people were watching, about 4 or 5 people have bought, and I mean, that kind of ratio and calculations would help you to find out what else you could be thinking of, and whether that product is viable for you to get those 15 sales a day. Again, let's just go, because it says universal one, but again it looks like a private label product. Again, this is 32 sold out. Let's have a quick look how many they have sold. Today it looks really slow for everyone, because I can only see 1 or 2. However, if you compare this one, they have been selling at the same price, but look, I mean, they have hardly got any sales. I mean, in July they've only got about 10-15, and you can imagine why that would happen. If I was comparing this in the search results, look at the image quality of this compared to the other one. Even though I would say that they have actually worked out and have more images, and that particular seller had only 1 images, which is not good, but they're selling at the same price and people are not liking this particular product. Now it could be due to a lot of other factors, obviously, which I can't show you in a 10-minute video. But let's see what are the products this particular seller sells. Okay, so they look more exactly like more people who would be actually selling more accessories related to camera and photography category. Look, they sell the light bulbs, the light effects, what they call softbox stand, flashlights. So they look more of like a camera and photography accessory sellers. You can see they actually sell lens as well. Let's go in the same category what we looked at. So yeah, look at how they have actually done this picture as well. It's actually quite interesting. So they're using a prop, they're using a model actually to stand and show how you could be taking pictures as well. So in a way, this is really innovative, and they've sold about 111 of these. Again, I'm actually surprised that this particular seller is pricing the product so low and they still haven't really sold. Maybe one thing is that their products are not coming up higher enough compared to the other ones. But look, they're actually showing the actual pictures of how the tripod could work in different sizes and stuff like that. Look at this. This could be, obviously they are supplying this along with the tripod, but remember the yoga mat and the yoga mat bags? This is some kind of an additional product or bundle you can show up for the customers to buy on Amazon as well. So this is again just some ideas which I wanted to show you how you could research on eBay. Some of the other factors also, just like Amazon, let's go back to the first one where we were, because this was really interesting when we searched for them. But let's kind of use, so we were looking at tripods, if I'm right. So let's just go back on the main eBay page and just write tripods. Now the thing that I wanted to show you, the reason why I did this is because this was a product we were looking at, right? Now look at this. These are the related searches according to eBay, what people have been searching. So this should give you some more idea as to what are the products in this particular niche people search for and the keywords that they use. So this could be one of the keywords that you could put in your Amazon PPC as well. So this is camera tripod, Manfrotto tripod. This could be one of the brands. So you have monopod, you got mini tripod, you got DSLR tripod. So say for an example, if I started selling tripod and I was doing my PPC keywords research, these could be one of the best viewer, because some people may just type say tripods, but some customers may specifically type like DSLR tripod, a wooden tripod. So you see what I'm trying to say? Not only is giving you some more ideas of what people could search, but these could be one of your strongest keywords as well when you run your PPC. So this is how, in a nutshell, this is how you actually search eBay or Amazon as well. Obviously I will have one more session which is specially dedicated to Amazon search, because some of the filters and the options that come up when you search are not exactly the same. But I hope this gave you a little bit of idea how you could actually search for your potential private label products on eBay. So that's it for this particular session, and I will catch up with you in the next session. So hopefully spend some quality time on both of these modules, and we will continue our journey in the next one.